we are being joined by economist and a professor of Gauhati University, Dr. Madhurya Prasad Bezbaruah, for his views on the budget. Well, sir, welcome to Northeast Live. What is your first impression of Budget 2022?
Budget 22-23 it seems quite good, actually, I must say. But the finance minister, of course, had a somewhat better situation this time because the economy already started reviving. And the most striking feature of this budget is there's a lot of allocation to the public sector capital expenditure. What do I mean by this is that the government is going to allocate a lot of money to spend in asset creation in the public sector, not only infrastructure, but other things, improvement of productivity. Now, this can help the economy in three different ways, in the short and then the long run. The first one is that it is actually going to transfer some money to the hands of the people. So there'll be more money, income in the hands of people. Secondly, because there is going to be more demand and money in the hands of the people, I think this will, sort of crowd in, as they call it. That will attract private investment also. So revive private investment. And in the long run, particularly now, once we are, we recover from the COVID situation, we need to be back on our old glorious growth path. I think since it's going to increase the production capacity and all that, that's going to, if we can implement it properly, this can really sort of put us back on that particular track. But there is a small downside with this story. So as you all know, the inflation globally is actually picking up. In India also, situation is slightly alarming. Consumer price inflation is already nearly 6%, and wholesale price inflation is already around 11-12%. So there can be some kind of inflationary pressure which can actually create problems, actually.
All right, Dr. Bezbaruah, also a big digital push, digital currency, e-passports and digital universities, and not so much of a good news for those investing in digital currency like cryptocurrencies. So now that will be taxed 30%. So what do you make out of that?
Now, talking about, I'll not talk about all the details about the digital initiatives. These are required. You need to improve your productivity. These digital initiatives are very, very required. And we have discovered how digitally we can do things in a much cheaper and effective way. But one thing about there was a lot of confusion regarding cryptocurrencies in the country, whether India is going to ban it. Some countries like El Salvador has already made it legal tender. So, but now the direction is very clear because RBI is itself going to come out with its own digital money, and now you're saying that you're going to tax if you're encashing your cryptocurrencies, they're going to tax it, which means that they are recognizing that it's a thing which is going to stay, right? But then they're being a little cautious, which is very expected. So they are not allowing a free sort of run for these currencies. I think this gradual approach is, quite appreciable.
All right, and no tax relief for the middle class. So do you think that was on expected lines?
See, as an economist, I was expecting this because the economy is going through difficult times. If you look at who are the people suffering the most, actually it is the poor. Much more, the poorer section are suffering much more. Middle class has suffered, all right, no doubt about it. They have also suffered income loss. But if you have to give relief, anybody who wants has a first claim of relief, it has to be the poorest of the poor, not the middle class, the salaried class like us. So I'm not surprised at all regarding that. And one plus I'd like to add in this budget is that many people are expecting that because of UP and other elections, the budget may be full of, sort of promises and all that, to attract votes and all that. But I think she has really done a good budget in the sense that those things, at least in the budget speech, such, temptation to populism has not been, not sort of figured out there. So I think it's a fairly, particularly if I may talk about the speech rather than the budget itself, It's a fairly mature kind of speech. It lacks those frills which waste a lot of time and all that. So in 90 minutes, he delivered a very compact kind of thing.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Madhurya Prasad Bezbaruah, for sharing your perspective on the Union Budget 2022.